Okay. Today I'd like to share on this different topic because uh, I recently just received the slide, uh, hot and fresh, and it was really touching slide that I really want to share with everyone. Um, I'm so sorry, I still haven't got a chance to translate all of it into English. So the descriptions will be in Chinese because this is also the slide I'll be presenting to Shangren. But please look at photos. It's really amazing trip. Okay, so what happened is our African continent. Usually we have 7 countries that has Tzu Chi in it, and now we have began the 8th country, that is Malawi. And recently in August 10th to the 15th, they went for their very first international volunteer trip to Malawi. So where is Malawi? We are looking at the African continent itself, and currently our Tzu Chi's presence is mostly at the southern part of Africa, only except Sierra Leone is somewhere up in the north. Rest are all in the southern part of Africa. If that's zoom in a bit, these are the 7 countries that we are very familiar with, beginning from South Africa, and then from there we have Mozambique, Zimbabwe, Namibia, Botswana, Lesotho. The newly changed country name is Eswatini. And where's Malawi? That's somewhere up on the north, over here. A very slim, such a smaller, very slim and tall country. And you can see how really we are spreading up the northern part, and this is really what our aim is. That we want a whole South African continent to have Tzu Chi's presence. And why do we want to do that? Let's continue and listen. How far is Malawi? From Durban, that is where our international volunteer team is. That's from our Durban. That's a country, a city that is close to the ocean, and Johannesburg is where the international airport is. So everywhere, all airlines begins from Johannesburg, and so from Durban they have to fly to Johannesburg and then to Malawi, and that's 2,400 kilometers away. Really far, really far. Africa is really a huge continent, and so with that they began the 8th country, Malawi. And how does it begin? It began from this year. This year, June 16th is when we had our Africa board meeting back in Taiwan, and that is when they reported on this country that they had a chance to know of some people. So they were seeds over there, and we were hoping if we can go to this new country to begin Tzu Chi over there. And this, of course, is not the first time. Botswana, Namibia, in fact, Mozambique is also begin like this. It's our volunteers from South Africa travel across the country over there and just talk about Tzu Chi, share about Tzu Chi, and do Tzu Chi over there, maybe once or twice a month. But in this way, they began Tzu Chi over there. So what is Malawi like? Malawi is this is their flag, and they are, well, some people say they are the 2nd poorest, some say they are the 5th poorest, but in any case, they are really poor. About 50% are below the poverty line, and most of them there's agriculture, and this is the population, very small. It's a very small country, but yet already they have 900,000 people having AIDS, and their life expectancy is only just roughly 37 years old. I think maybe you won't see a lot of Malawi people that is the age as most of us over here. Their life expectancy is really, really too low. And it all began from one of our brother, the brother at the very left, Zhou Xianbin Shishong. His vow, he wanted to do this. He wanted to cross over the country. And why does he have such a vow and hope to do this? He shared before that because he has been watching the Wisdom at Dawn, the VAD, every morning, and now the master is talking about the Lotus Sutra, he feels very strongly how master wishes to extend the wisdom life of all her disciples with this Lotus Sutra, to hoping that in the future we can uphold this Lotus Sutra, this Bodhisattva path. And so he made a vow for himself. They want to take the chance that master is still around in this world to spread the seed to as many countries as possible, to inspire the love of the locals in Africa. So the 8th country, or even the 9th, or the 10th, or even more, want to seize the chance that master is still around to do this. And so that was his vow. From there, we began the very first trip. Of course, before we can land, touch foot on our on Malawi, it's a very special country. Well, because of the poverty over there, they have some serious diseases that are widespread over there, like prophylaxis and some of the names I'm not so sure, but cholera and these diseases is happening over there. That is very widespread, and so any people that is going to enter the country need to show that they have been vaccinated for such diseases. And so before they have to go, the whole team will have to go to the clinic to have their body shot. Receive the shots for vaccinations. And so many of our brothers and sisters, of course, are already quite, they already have some age already. And so they got to prepare their body for this whole trip. And some of our brothers and sisters even had a cold just very recently. And so they very eager, very actively go and sleep, actively go and rest to prepare their body for this trip. Yep. And so there we began. They had this flight early morning at 6 a.m. together with 2 of our young volunteers, Sam and Andile. We have been cultivating them to be our very future, our future brothers that can take up the big roles in Africa. So Sam and Andile, together with Tzu Chi, there's also someone, Sister Gladys, that we are all very familiar with, and Lü Du Shijie. So 2 young men and 2 old ladies, mamas, gogos, they went together with our brother Pan Mingzhe. Of course, and with their characteristics of never losing a chance to share about Tzu Chi. Well, when they are boarding when they're boarding a plane, that was also their chance to share about Tzu Chi. And so they shared Tzu Chi to the staff that were preparing their passports at the airport. And so sharing very, very happily, and they were very joyous about it. And the staff was also very inspired and very and like, wow, how Tzu Chi is doing in Africa, and so happy and so joyous that the staff actually make a mistake. And so the luggage was sent directly to Malawi, at least on the way transferred to the international flight to Malawi, but actually they are going to Johannesburg first. And so when they reached Johannesburg, they realized they couldn't find their luggage, and so they went to ask the flight company and realized they have been sent almost directly to Malawi, and so they were waiting there for their luggage to come back, and waiting and waiting. And of course, how can they wait? Of course, they cannot wait, and so um, they 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 thought, since we're here anyway, we got to actively. Uh, 搭讪 is a very interesting word. To just chat, yeah, to just chat with any people they can find, and so they just sit down and then say, "Hey, hi, hello, my name is, and we're from Tzu Chi, and what we are doing, and so on and so forth." And they began talking about Tzu Chi to every single word that's in the meeting in the airport, and yeah, they're really someone that that they received, they exchange contact number with one of these Indian, uh, um, yeah, this Indian guy, and so amazing. You never know such affinity. Uh, when made it blossom? Because in Malawi, that very first seed that actually helped us in Malawi also happened like this. Our very first seed in Malawi is actually found in a bus stop. So there was this brother Michael. Brother Michael was well, is brother Sam, that is our brother on the left. One time when because they live in Dublin, and sometimes they would travel to Johannesburg for training, for our local volunteer training. And so while they are waiting at the bus stop for the bus to come, Brother Sam saw this brother this Michael, this Mr. Michael, also waiting at the bus stop, and seems like nothing to do. And so he went forward and just began chatting, introducing himself, and they chat. They did. No, the conversation was very very joyous, and a very happy exchange contact. And since then, they have been keeping contact, and I knew that he was actually in Malawi. Of course, they wouldn't know. They didn't. They never know that there will be a chance that Tzu Chi will go to Malawi, but they just made a friend. And in fact, last year, December, he also invited Brother Michael to come all the way from Malawi to Durban to for our local training meeting, and he was also very joyous, shared with us. And of course, up to now, we don't know. We don't know they will have this chance. So first day when our Durban group, the 5 of them, traveled to Johannesburg on a plane. They fly across Zimbabwe, Mozambique, and all the way finally reach Malawi. Malawi's airport is very small, very shabby, but yet the checking process is still very complicated. But in any case, they reach this country, and even for the locals, our local brothers and sisters, to them, they have been living through poverty themselves. But when they reach Malawi, they shared also that they can feel very strongly that Malawi is a country that even poorer, even more suffering. They feel it. They can feel it too. And very glad that from there, originally they wanted to meet the province mayor, but after that I realized that if they're going to do charity, actually the town chief is more the right person to go to, but they will be the one that they will give us they allowed us to do charity in their towns. And so we thought maybe we wouldn't go through those the formal papers and waiting for the provincial mayors and all those to go on. Got to begin from somewhere, grassroots. And so there, Brother Pan remembered about this Brother Michael that we have met before in the bus stop, and called Sam to give a call to Brother Michael. And of course, Brother Michael was very shocked. to receive the call, and he thought he was just joking that our brothers and sisters were already in Malawi. But when they met face to face, he was super shocked that, wow, you already came. And we were asking Brother Michael, if we go to meet the chief like tomorrow, very quickly tomorrow, will he be unhappy? And Brother Michael say no. And if we go and meet this is more like the Ministry of Health, because there will be some the place that we need to go to ask if we can do social charity over there. And is to say, yeah, sure, no problem. And so that was really awesome. And so the team decided that they're going to go into the community directly and begin doing something. And so that was the second day. Morning began with at 4 a.m. The team never forget that they are going to do, they're going to watch Wisdom at Dawn every morning. So morning 4 a.m. They wake up and watch the Wisdom at Dawn to begin that day. And from there, they met with Brother Michael at 9, and that was a very, very joyous. Imagine a cross country and seeing someone that they met at a bus stop. That was really amazing. And they went to Brother Michael's home, and together with his brother also, Brother Richard, they chat very, very happily. And Brother Michael and Brother Richard was sharing with our team how the people in Malawi is really poor and how they have various complaints and disappointments with the government. We can really imagine how this is happening. But our team, Brother Tan and our team, shared with them how they have cross-country to inspire the cycle of love. And that made the two brothers realize that, yeah, don't complain too much, don't think too much, don't talk too much, do it, do something. Give care, give love, and just do it. And so they began from the very neighborhood just around, and the very first family they went to is already somewhere a very, very shocking one. This is Ama Elinus. He has two sons. One lives far away place. The other one has a slightly mental disability. The house has no doors, has no windows, and this is all the furnished sort of things they have. And this is their kitchen and also their bathroom, and that's roughly about it. This is the restroom. Sorry, the place they sleep. So and you could imagine the smell from it. That the long time they never had a chance to clean it up, and so the team decided that they're going to have a spring cleaning for her. But of course, such a joyous task cannot be done by one person. The joy got spread with more and more people, and so they first thing first is to go out and invite all the neighbors to come together, share to do with them, invite them tomorrow morning. Let's come and clean up this grandma's house together. And they went out and share and talk and share with many, many people, and it really, really, it really works. And this is how, in fact, this is how they have been, the African volunteers, the international volunteers, they have been doing. They just went to a certain place, found a family that needs help, and then from there invite all the neighbors to come and do it, and that's how they start Tzu Chi over there. And in fact, that is the method of 一生无量, from one seed they can grow to infinite, and that's how they do it. So indeed, a lot of the neighbors came and agreed that they will come tomorrow morning, prepare, bring their own brush and brooms to have them do the spring cleaning. And so that day, this was before they went to do the spring cleaning. They gave this rice that they prepared and brought all the way from Durban to the Ama. You could imagine how happy this Ama is. She has never received such warmth and care before, and I want to zoom in to this picture, how she smiles from. I think this photo is really just too beautiful. When we can really bring love to someone that never really felt it before. So they continued to a few other families, and along the way, no matter who they met, the residents, they will stop them and share about Tzu Chi and invite them to come and join us. And of course, including the niece of Brother Michael, there's Raymond, Brother Raymond. A young boy also came and joined us together, and because of him, we also have many young people came and joined us, and so there we met 5 other families, and this is Brother Richard also began to learn how Tzu Chi humbles ourselves and the way we give our care and give out with 2 hands. He also began to learn it, and very quickly, from one community, we already began to cross community to another town, and this is a town when there's a chief called town Kalamba, and when we reached there, the town was having a funeral, and everyone is attending the funeral, and so we were waiting on the car, and of course, Afghan volunteers, they never wait. So on the bus, they were sharing with each other, and one of our little volunteers asked, "Why are you all doing this? What do you think?" Of course, replying to a little volunteer, you got to reply with in a way that they can understand. And so this is how they interpret it. Our parents replied, because we want everyone to become good people. Simply. And in fact, that's really what they're doing. And so about 1 hour later, the funeral ended. We met the chief. The chief was very high up there and very kind of protective, I think. And so the whole town was there already. We had Brother Richard to translate for us to the chief, and saying if the chief could be so compassionate to give us a chance to interact with the town people, because we want family. We came from South Africa. We want to hear the share love. Can the chief allow us to speak to the town, to all the people over here, and share the bit of love and our experiences? And very gladly, the chief said yes, and allowed us to talk. So that was the scene we were sharing, and our brother Pan Min Shui Sipo, he shared just a very simple idea that we can help ourselves. If you can help yourself, we can help ourselves. And so we agreed with the chief and also the people that tomorrow afternoon, let's come together, do something for the people over here. So that ended the second day. We met the local community, and also we met this community Kalamba. And so second day, the third day morning, of course, still remember there was our agreement that morning 9:30 we had to help do spring cleaning for this Ama. And so morning 9:30 they were there, and in fact the neighbors were already there early waiting for us. And of course our youngsters were already there also, and they have got so close with our brothers and sisters meeting us. Now they have been very helpful to us. And so we began to do the cleaning, and of course, there's quite a task. Our neighbors, this is neighbor Victoria, also came, brought her own brush and helped to do the cleaning. And of course, the smell is really terrible. And you could imagine when we open up when we take up the clothes, all the fleas, and it's just terrible. But the local volunteers, they were not afraid. They began to bring all of this outside, wash it, fold it again, and then even the man in red is the son of this ama that just now we shared. He lived far away. Our volunteers even managed to find him and asked him to also come back home to help to clean for his mother. And so he was back to help to do spring cleaning. And so although there really wasn't much thing for the family, but our volunteer, after cleaning, still very neatly put the things together in the right places. And through the process, we found the door for the ama, and that was actually only just this piece of grass mat. And the stone that they were bringing out was a stone they used to put the mat in place so they would not fall down. And that was the door. That was their door. Buddha Retreat also brought the disinfection liquid to help to clear the fleas and everything. So this was after cleaning, at least fresh and nice already. And again, the smell of the ama, it's just amazing. Of course, after going to the community, it was time to do more sharing and learn more about Tzu Chi. And so all the people in town, well, many of them, and together with a lot of children, came to the Brother Michael's house and they shared about Tzu Chi. Our sister Gladius shared about how as Tzu Chi people, every of our action should be with respect and with sincerity. That's how we share our love. Gratitude, respect, love is an important aspect in Tzu Chi. So that's how I shared also. And then share with everyone again that you can help yourself, we can help ourselves. Let's together be a volunteer. This young girl, Florence, just now you saw her also, was our leader in for our young volunteer team. And so all that we already have our young volunteer team and our adult volunteer team. And so that day was when there was third day in Malawi. That was when we had our first 协力第一组. Our first 协力 was officially started over there with this group of neighbors and people. And so afternoons, you remember, we agreed to go to this town Kalamba to meet the chief. And of course, the chief brought us to the town state. He know all the people over there, and this is the town that is even more poor. Slowly, the town people begin to learn our gestures as well, how we kneel down or even kneel down to give with both hands. Of course, throughout this whole process, this chief has been watching at the side, looking at what we are doing. You can imagine NGOs over there are not all so well. So he has been looking at us. Do we have any ulterior motive or things like this? He has been looking at us, observing us, what we are doing. But upon asked, so what do you think? Is what we're doing okay? chief replied, it was very touching. Brother Pan invited him, why not join us? You can do something too. And so the chief knelt down together with Brother Pan. There was his back was not so well. Together, beside this old lady, and even the chief himself also began to cry. At the end of the day, this was our chief, originally very protective and high up there, but at the end of the day, he was very, very happy. Was inviting us, please, tomorrow come again. He will invite more and more of their town people to come and know about Tzu Chi. After which, I just want to show a few more photos. This is the little kids over there. This is how we interact with them. This is the houses they have. They may not even have a roof. And how we distribute to the people. The town chief gathered all their town people together and even selected 10 poorest family and told us about it. And so we quickly go and purchase some of this the corn powder, and to distribute to them. Of course, with our Tzu Chi signature way of giving. And so they were very joyous. This, again, a few more photos. And already, Florence is now like the secretary already over there, really helping us a lot with the documentation. You could really see how the Tzu Chi soul already infused into them. This is our chief, again, really, really joyous after the second day. You're jumping around and saying, there's hope already for the town, and there's hope for everyone already. It's really, really nice. The town chief shared, this organization has given us the direction, the goal, and the method. We already know how to do. We can help ourselves. Everyone must follow closely with Tzu Chi and do together. This is what the chief shared. Brother Michael, I want to share. This is Brother Michael's, after this huge whole trip together with us, this is what Brother Michael shared.
Alright, I'm Michael Kachimanga, here in Malawi. I would really, really love to extend my levels of appreciation inside here for what you guys have done to our communities. When I first got a call from you saying, are you coming? I was like, maybe it's just joking. But on Saturday when we talked that you're here, I was like, okay, come on, let's do charity now. I would really thank the Almighty for everything, for making you guys travel safely, for coming into our communities. I have so much words, as you've already seen with your own eyes. There's people in these communities that need good water. People here need good houses. People here are starving. They need food, But with the love that you've extended today, you are saying we can be able to help one another here in this community. You guys have traveled from very far. South Africa, it's like 2,000 kilometers. Taiwan is something like 15,000 kilometers. That's a very long distance just to come here to extend your love. You have given us love that I have hardly seen here in Malawi. As you saw in our neighborhood, you see one person, they have food, another person, they don't have food. They are unable to share the love. It's not because there's no food, but there is no love. But the love that you Tzu Chi guys have preached to us in these 3 days is the love that we're going to continue preaching forever in this community. And it is my hope and it is my belief that in the coming months, as you have already promised that you're coming again, come please, I'm begging you, come show this love to people. You have seen how people are struggling in this community, and I'll be waiting for your presence again in the coming months. I really, really appreciate. Thank you, Tzu Chi. Thank you for everything. Thank you for coming to Malawi. Thank you so much. All right, I'm Michael Kachimanga. Okay, fine. I am so young. As I already told you last time, I'm now 26 years old, and I'm so willing to dedicate my time, my energy, and my efforts to seeing that people's lives in this community are turning into better lives. As I already indicated, I'm a business person, I'm a business young man. I'll make sure my profits that I gain from my businesses, I'll be able to impart some of it in this community work. Because for everything to happen here is money. It has to come from my heart. Okay, every profit that I make, I take some out of my heart to give back to the community. And I know with whatever I've learned from you people, I'll be able to commit myself into doing this community work forever. Because it's a calling, you know. It's something that's coming from my heart, and I'll be able to do it. Thank you so much.
Our young volunteer shared after the trip that Malawi is really a suffering place, but yet the people are very kind. In the past, they never knew that they can actually help themselves, and now they knew. And it's like the dust on a mirror. Our heart is like a mirror. It's like the dust has already been cleaned and wiped clean, and so we have faith that Tzu Chi definitely can use great love to help Malawi to find hope. So I think over here it's a really amazing how our volunteers, they brought not much, just a few bags of rice, but what they brought to them, you can see from our eyes that what they brought there is love. That love that everyone already has is that very clear mirror that we already have. We just need to go and inspire. You don't need much. Maybe you just need a broom or something, or just be there, some water. You can already help to clean up a very poor neighbor. And this is what they go there and preach, that you can help yourself, that we can help ourselves, that I can help myself, that we have the strength to bring joy and love to our community, our own people. We do not wait for the government. We do not wait to people to come and help us. We do not complain about the economy. We do not complain about our life. Just do it. Go and share love. Go and bring love. And that's what they brought over there. And we see that this is possible. The method of great love is possible. You just need to extend the love and share it out. And you can make your own neighborhood become better. So this is a story of our very first trip to Malawi by our African brothers and sisters. And this, with this, I end my sharing over here today. Thank you all so much for listening. We may have to leave already. Thank you again for giving us a time. Thank you so much.
And Brother Yoping for such wonderful sharing. Today we have from Sri Dhammasara, Sister Sulin. She will be sharing her insight first. Okay, this is Sister Sulin. She's doing for commissioning. So this year, congrats. Sister Sulin, maybe hear from you. What inspired you to join Tzu Chi?
Morning, Dharma Master, brothers and sisters. On top when I first joined Tzu Chi is because of parents, teenager, small group bonding, so-called youth bonding class. I bring my daughter come to attend the classes. From there, I get to know Tzu Chi, and also at the meantime, I'm doing I recycle and joining a lot of activities, and then the youth camp. From there, I become a vegetarian, and then slowly every year I involve my children in recycle, in home visit, and also the parents on teenager South class.
Okay, Sister Sulin actually she's very active. We have seen her everywhere. Actually, in fact, all the while, not only during this year. Before this, we will see her in charity. She will bring her children for refugee visits as well. The parents' child boarding class, the full day morning, first half, she will bring the youngest one for the primary, the youngest session. Then the second half, she will bring her teenage child. She's the mother of four. Actually, it's not easy. So busy, packed lifestyle, but yet she has joined a lot of activities, and recently she has embarked into a very special program, which is known as Pinnacle Book Exhibition. Maybe we can hear from Sister Suli what makes her, inspire her to undertake this project.
Because I'm very active in recycle, and then I realized that the books that come into recycle center is all torn off and then divided into scrap, and we sell it by black and white paper, color paper, and hardcover paper. So from there, like 很不舍得 like
Not bad. I'm unable to bear seeing the books are being shredded.
Yeah, so so I've been then I got Sije told me to we should keep some of the book. Maybe sometimes the bazaar sales, we can go and do we can sell the book. So I've been keeping all the books on and off, and then slowly the books become more. So 起了烦恼. So the books coming, but there's no place to go. So there's one affinity. I saw this location in one of the shopping area, but it's not open yet. The shopping area is only open end of this year. It's now empty. But upstairs, beside the gold color one, is the Sheraton PJ. It's a hotel, and then the white color building is they have a resident unit. They have offices, and they have Airbnb service apartment, and at the bottom there is a shopping center, but it's not occupied yet, it's empty. So when I saw this area, I approached the owner, but the owner told to allow us to have a location to put our books, our recycle center, all the books, a platform for us to sell the books. But the owner told me that the place is not, there's no aircon. If you want, you can have it. But I went there a few times, but I find that it's okay because the ceiling is very high, and then it's very windy because this area is on the top, it's on the very high ground area. So when this place was open, and we have a lot of books from a lot of the recycle center like Subang, Taman Desa, Desa Park, few recycle center, they send all the books. And then sometimes when the public, they know that we are doing this second-hand books exhibition, they will come and just leave the book there, and when the volunteer comes, we just clear the book. Okay, and then this one is the charity box. Because after a while, I was there for 1-2 weeks, I realized that not many people, the timing that the volunteer go in is about noon, but there's nobody there. Then the security told me that at night and on weekends there's a lot of people. So there's another challenge came to me, how to move on all these people at night and on weekend, which whereby the volunteers are not free at that time to come up. So this charity box came to me. I asked the recycle center brothers to build this, to design this charity box for me to put it in that place, so that anytime they come in, people that pass by, they can just take the books and do donation. So this is the first phase of the box, the charity box, and I use our non-recyclable plastic to do the packing. So it came out like this. And also we use the so coincidentally I have the packing, so we also can promote our Jingsi products. And this with this charity donation box, the bookstore is open 24 hours, 7 days a week. self-service. So when they come, they can just, without volunteer, the books, they can just pick out the books and just leave the donation. Then somebody was telling me, sometimes you give them a opportunity to do bad deeds. I think if they were to take the book, they don't want to give the donation, it's okay if they can benefit from the book. To me, I think it's okay, as long as what our main intention to have this book exhibition is to prolong the lifespan of the book. The most important one. The second is to to promote reading habits, because nowadays a lot of people, they don't read, they use their handphone to read books. So we also want to promote reading habits by holding books. Nowadays people don't hold books. And the third one is to do recycle. We want to for them to read and then to pass on the books to other people to read. And also the fourth reason is to raise funds for our international school. And this, so from this exhibition, book exhibition, I met a lot of fathers that inspire me, and also because of this, books exhibition also inspired them. They do donations, This Bala, Mr. Bala is the jockey in the hotel. He can't read. I always ask him to come and, hey, you just take a book and don't read, don't waste time. He say I can't read, so I feel so pity for him. I say, what a waste, And books is a very knowledgeable a tool for us to grow, but he can't read. So I took out our Tzu Chi magazine, pointing at the picture and tell him story. After listening to the story in our Tzu Chi magazine, he gave me $1. I say, Mr. Bala, then it's okay. I give you the charity, the donation, the Zhu Tong. I gave him the Zhu Tong. Within 3 weeks, he gave me a full Zhu Tong, and the amount is $100. So I've been there for in 2 months. He gave me in one and a half month. He gave me 2 Zhu Tong, about $200. From the initial, he gave me $1. You see, he can't read, but he was inspired by the things that we do, and he also want to do a part. He say, you all do this, good this, I also want to contribute. So he is my biggest pusa to me, and he inspired me also. And this is our initial bookstore, which is very small, and then it grows slowly, become more and more tables and more books coming in. And this one is our we put there the donation, Jen, on donation, and this is our 8 button reading corner, which is, it was last minute, I want a place for people to sit down, to read, and also to teach them recycle. They are very surprised. They thought we sell the 8 carton. I said, no, this is for stool, and also it's also can massage your backside. It's very comfortable. I always invited them to sit down and have a feel of it. And then and this also, we do this non-recyclable bag. We also display that to sell. Also, it's also under recycle. We educate them on this plastic bag. And from there, we start with, later on, Brother Jeff come and tell me that we should do this Meatless Monday. It's from Meatless Monday also, I know, I get to know that it's also recycle, it's also promoting recycle and global warming and environment friendly and all these things. So every Monday we do Meatless Monday. At first we start with few people, then slowly more people coming in, and at the moment we have 2 Xiangji Pusa who cater the food for every Monday. So far it's already 8 Monday we have been doing consistently. We invite the starter and upstairs because upstairs they have residents and they have officers, and the hotel staff, we invite them to come and have a vegetarian meal on Monday. The food are all contributed by our Sixiong, and also these are the pictures. So we did this is the food that recently that we have is become more and more grand and satay, and these are all done by our volunteers. Yeah, we use a portion of the space to do this, and then the chairs is borrowed by the hotel. And they are very supportive. They bring friends and family members. And this, and also on the at the same time, we have a recycle corner whereby we talk about recycling. We educate them while they are having their meals. Within that 1-2 hours noon time, if Sister Michelle is doing the recycle talk while they're having the meals. Okay. And also Sister Christine is doing the products, we promotion. So we have the book, the vegetarian meals, the recycle salt awareness, and also the Jinsu products, which we get very good response, because the food that we cook, we most of the time we use our Jinsu products like the meat and the rice, the instant rice that we cook porridge. Brother Jeff will cook porridge, and then we teach them how to use our Jinsu products, and also we have the utensils. We also encourage our starters who come and have the meatless Monday. We ask them to bring their own utensils, because the area we don't have place to wash. So we ask them to bring their own utensils. We also supply them a few for those last minute that drop in. But those who have been with us for every week, we ask them to bring their own utensils to teach them how to do recycling, and also to bring their own utensils whenever they go to have their meals or for packing, packing. And okay, from the this meatless Monday, I get to know that we promote vegetarian meal to others. Also is a form of teaching them how to be environment friendly, like doing recycle. So, but we are doing once a week, whereby I think it's not enough. So I come up with this vegetarian mixed rice. I get the food from the Xianji Pusa, one of the brothers that he owns a vegetarian restaurant. I get the food from him, then I sell it in a coffee shop. I rented a store in a coffee shop, and I sell vegetarian mixed rice every day. Also to promote the people to have more choice on mixed rice, because I realized that a lot of coffee shops they have mixed rice, but they don't have a vegetarian mixed rice. So I come up with this, and I sell it very cheap, 3 dish plus rice, 5 ringgit. The purpose is for global warming and also to less animals killing. And this is the coffee shop that recently 2 weeks ago just opened. Okay, and then we sell varieties of vegetarian. And this area there's a lot of, in Sri Dhammasara, a lot of Tzu Chi volunteers staying there. So it's also a opportunity for them to have, and it also is very near our SD Sri Dhammasara Recycle Center and our Gong Siu Chu also. So it's convenient for everybody. Thank you.
Kan, Sister Suling, it's very wonderful, right? You see, from one seed is to infinity. From one heart, compassion heart, unable to bear seeing the books are being scrapped of the good books. It gives rise to a compassionate heart. She wanted to save the books. See, from that compassion, then it gives rise to recycling talks, Meatless Monday, promotion of food products. And now it even evolved to selling of daily vegetarian dishes. If you all come drop by Sri Dhammasara, please come and visit. We all have tried. It's very nice, delicious. And guess who's the supplier of this food? Brother Everett Ong, the brother who shared one of Saturday, last Saturday, brother, the operator of this bungalow. Oh, yeah, somehow bodhisattva minds come in connection. They all will connect each other. When one has a good thought, somehow the other bodhisattva, I think resonance, they will come and help each other. Here we have seen some familiar faces, Sister Michelle, Brother Jeff, and many others. Actually, these people somehow will, it's like Dharma promoter, Dharma protector. They all will come and help each other. With that, because Brother Yao Ping and Master Te Huang, as they are rushing for other programs, so and nicely so it's already 8, so we call it a day. Okay, brothers and sisters, okay, guys, Sister Suling for sharing lots of heartfelt and wisdom. Thank you, brothers and sisters, for your presence. Hope that each of us will sustain the Dharma joy and take in another piece of Dharma Masters and fall in love to our life. Let us please make 3 vows to the Buddha and Dharma Master as we depart to apply these teachings in our daily life. Let us pay our respects to our teachers of life, universal truth. First vow. Second vow. Third vow. 弥陀佛，感恩 everyone. See you all next Saturday. 感恩。